Hello, it's Lovely Coffee yet again. Most people know me by a stage name. If you're new to the channel, then of course you may not already know that. But what I am now going to say is a huge, massive welcome to the channel. And we are now going to continue from the last video that you may have watched several times and on the channel of Touring With Us. It is, of course, how to get to the beautiful historic town, which we're going to sort of study a bit more into the future, the historic town in Suffolk by the name of Stowmarket. But in this part, we are going to feature a bit more of the town and something very, very special with a click of the fingers. Very busy traffic here, so you have to take extra care walking up here and press the buttons here so you can get across. Isn't it pretty to have two guitars of one person just like that? Life is better when you go all in. I think I timed that well. Crossing over here just about. This is Gipping Way here, and I'm about to turn left. One thing you will spot in Stowmarket is, of course, a church notice board here, and we're just outside the church of the parish church of St Peter and St Mary in Stowmarket, and all the information about the vicars, if you need to contact them for funerals and weddings and such, it's all there, and the services that you might need to know if you ever come here or even move to this area. Look how beautiful this church is. It's amazing. Now, I presume this cafe means that the church has a cafe inside. I don't know. Let me know in the comments on that. But, of course, it's called the Oisia Cafe, open from 8:45 till 3:15, Tuesday to Saturday. But nevertheless, either way, the church is actually open, but we don't have time to showcase inside the church this time around. But now that I know that it's open, maybe next time I'll have a peek inside. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? And perhaps, of course, Julian Spoons could play the organ. Who knows? But yeah, obviously they celebrated the Jubilee shared lunch, of course, recently. Most people were celebrating it over the 4 days of the Platinum Jubilee. But yeah, this is the way to get in, which is the door that's open at the moment. It's got wheelchair access as well, as you can see. You've also got the steps as well. Just imagine how old this church actually is. St Peter and St Mary in Stowmarket. So we'll head into that direction very soon. I know I've been telling you about that, but of course you will get to see the high street, don't worry. But of course this is the John Peel Centre. Obviously John Peel was a Radio 1 DJ back in the day, no longer sadly with us, but hugely popular back in the 90s. So that's the John Peel Centre, just down here, if you need to find out more information about it. So the butter market is down here. I can't believe that Stowmarket does actually have a butter market, a bit like the Ipswich area and Bury St Edmunds. They all have butter markets. Is that because they were selling butter? I don't know. Let us know in the comments if you know. So let's head into the high street. So this is the way I would take a shortcut into the high street here, leaving the church behind here. Cycling on this footpath is perfidied, or against the law basically, by order. Lime Tree Cafe, worth a mention. People enjoying the sunshine out here, and why not? Indeed. The British flag is up. Lovely to see. Very welcoming to Stowmarket. There's another flag just over there, and another two there, and one just there. Very welcoming, this place, I have to say, and I'll give it a mark out of 10, as I usually do. So we're definitely coming onto the high street now. You've all been waiting for that moment. There's normally a market area just down there as well. I don't think it's a market today. But also very welcoming about Stowmarket is this beautiful clock here. Now, mostly towns do have clocks, but not all towns have them. But not all towns have them as good as this as well. Let's have a look at in more detail. As I spoke about the market area, normally there's stalls over in that direction there. But what I see, it's a sort of shopping centre of some kind. I believe there is a path that goes towards some woodland up there. One day I'll be able to check that out. We'll see. But I'm going to head down towards the high street, and you'll see something very special in just a moment. Well, I call it special. I don't know if everybody would agree. You could say these flags dotted around everywhere down the high street is very special. I would actually agree to that, if anybody was to agree with that themselves. But it's more down the other end of the high street that I'm actually referring to. You've obviously got your car factory, your Argos, which of course in Haverhill they don't have any of that. It's all now changed into, or actually partnered up with Sainsbury's. So I would say Stowmarket are behind the times of that. But there's also a bus stop to know about, where of course probably one of the Stevenson's bus company do actually park here. But of course they take about an hour from Bury St Edmunds to get here, and they're not so frequent. But of course if people use these buses, then they would be a little bit more frequent. You see more people are out here because of the sunshine. If it was at Hurst, where nobody would be out here, it would be like a ghost town. Stowmarket does have a shoe zone over here. They also have a Greggs just down here. Holland and Barrett they also have. Specsavers. M&Co. British Heart Foundation. And I see a bus coming from Ipswich, which is also a bus that arrives here. Looks like it's coming from Ipswich. There's music playing here, so I've got to keep talking here. And I turned it up as well, so hopefully I don't get demonetised for that. So that's Stowmarket via Leeds Market, not Ipswich. First Eastern Counties, Ipswich Reds. So obviously it has come from Ipswich, or maybe just Leeds Market. Useful information if you ever get lost in Stowmarket. If you're ever looking for a job here in Stowmarket, here's the place to come. But you need to find out when it's actually open, because the list of the times are just there. So we head into this direction here. Be aware this road can be quite a quick road, and people can go fast down here. You can see that by cars speeding, and they're actually caught on camera. The Catholic Church of Our Lady there, if anybody is interested in Catholic churches here in Stowmarket. Now I'm going to take you up to that building down there, and can you guess what it is? By the way, this is not the surprise that I was actually referring to either. This cinema is called Regal, not the Regal, which is a Wetherspoons in Cambridge. One of my all-time favourite ones anyway. But talking about spoons, as in Wetherspoons, we are about to head to one. You've probably got an idea now. So yes, you've guessed it, I'm literally outside of the Wetherspoons here in Stowmarket. You can see it for yourself behind me. This is the outside of the spoons here. It's called the Willow Tree in Stowmarket. Shall we take a little look inside? An exclusive look that you probably won't get to see anywhere else. Not on the mainstream media anyway. This is why I've stood here on this side of the road. Obviously for safety reasons, because cars whiz past here so quickly, and I was on the other side before, and of course this car nearly just went so close to me. So that is why I'm not taking that risk anymore, and standing on this side here as I walk through to this exclusive building of the Willow Tree in Stowmarket, which is a Wetherspoons. You see it's got its outside sort of garden here, if you like. If you want to call it a beer garden, you can. Food served pretty much all day. Like the way they say food all day, when actually it goes on to about 11 o'clock. It's not really specific on that, but something that they could actually put on there, a time when food finishes, that kind of thing. So let's enter. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hand sanitizers just there. Wetherspoons magazine. Tables everywhere. I think I might take up this offer. We've got fish and chips. Freshly battered So inside the Willow Tree in Stowmarket, I'm about to try this deal here, which is today's special, which of course is $4.99 for fish and chips. Looks like you get a good helping here, and I will show you that now. And this is the fish itself. Looks lovely, doesn't it? And actually sprinkle your lemonade. Oh, I nearly dropped it. Look at that. Look at that big fish. It's got to be good quality, I have to say. I'll give it a mark out of 10, I think. That's the peas. You can have a choice between mustard peas or garden peas. I could have had the beef madras served with chips or rice, or mango curry served with chips or rice. Maybe new things on the menu. But I'm actually going to try this now whilst we film. So let's have a try of this fish. Of course, I normally put flavouring on it, and let's have a taste. You can see what it's like here, the fish. It's got something that is really, really nice about this fish. It's near low stuff, isn't it? Stowmarket, isn't it? It's quite a big fish, and the chips. Well, I'll show you that as well. That's what it's like. Wow, that sort of potatoey feel. Very much McCain oven chips, and they look quite right, don't they? Wow, nice. So what I'll do before I get a check back is I'll flick the camera around here. Sorry about this. So of course I'll put the vinegar around. I always like to put that and a bit of tartar sauce if you can. Thing is, they don't squeeze out very much. There we go. It goes all over the place. Do like my tartar sauce on it. I nearly literally just squirted that in my face. That's my Pepsi Max, by the way. So it come to around about £6, just above it, which is not too bad, really.
Number. Yeah.
So I'll put some ketchup on this as well. And the ketchup come out a lot better, actually. Nice, isn't it? So I have to give this place coming up to 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock? What am I talking about? Coming up to 8 o'clock. Well, 8 o'clock as in 8 out of 10 I actually meant, but yeah. 8 o'clock. Well, I haven't actually woken up. These special garden peas you can see here, just about. Well, to summarise Stowmarket, I actually like coming here, and I always have done since coming here by train or even by bus. So I'm actually going to rate it, of course, around about 7 to 8. It's a little bit quiet in places, but mostly the town is good on sunny days. Well, every town and city and everywhere pretty much is good when the sunshine is shining. But yeah, it's a fabulous place to go. It's very, very chilling sort of experience. There was no market today, but of course maybe I could see that next time. But you know, it was just a pleasant atmosphere. So I'm going to rate it between 7 and 8 out of 10. Not bad, considering I voted for the spoons at a different sort of rate. So I'm going to give it around 7 for Stowmarket, actual town, as in the high street. But the spoons probably gives it a more sort of add glamour kind of, you know, mark. So I'm going to give, because I had the greatest fish and chips you could ever taste for $4.99, but that doesn't include the drink, by the way, so I had to pay the drink extra on top. But it was quite nice, to say the least, to have that. So I'll give these spoons about an 8 and the High Street about 7 because of the quietness. No, it's not because of that. It's just that feeling where there's not a lot going on, but on a good note, it's just a pleasant town to come to.
Speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
So yeah, that's probably why I rate it about 7, because of not a lot going. But of course, the town is very, very pleasant to go to, and I'm sure there's more to explore than I haven't even seen in my entire life. And I hope you get an opportunity to see it. If you ever come here, take a visit, but also take a visit on our videos as well.